Assalamu alaikum. This is Pratyusha Burwa welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus calls upon youths to contribute to country's development with talent, energy and creativity. Daily Amar Desh editor Mahmoudur Rahman gives deposition and testimonies in case of crimes against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and two others continue. More than $200 billion lingered overseas during Sheikh Hasina's rule, reports UK-based Financial Times. Number of dengue cases and death increases in Chattogram alongside risking of chikungunya outbreak. Foreign dignitaries from Arab and Muslim world plan to hammer out draft resolution proposing concrete measures against Israel. And UAE set target of 173 runs against Oman in Asia Cup 2025 at Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. Viewers, those were the headlines. Are moving on to the details. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has called upon the youths to contribute to the development of the country with their talent, energy and creativity. He made the call while addressing the Youth Volunteer Award 2025 giving ceremony organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports at Shapla Hall of his office today. This year, 12 youths were conferred with the award for their outstanding volunteer service and inspirational contributions to society. Professor Yunus congratulated the award winners on behalf of himself, the government and the people of Bangladesh, while also thanking the Ministry of Youth and Sports for organizing the event. He said young people should become pioneers of new policies, innovative ideas and social transformation, adding that their collective efforts will enable Bangladesh to stand tall as a developed, humane and innovative country.
আজ আমরা তারুণ্যের শক্তিকে উদযাপন করছি। এটি আমাদের জাতির চালিকা শক্তি। আমি দৃঢ়ভাবে বিশ্বাস করি যখন একটি দেশের যুব সমাজ সক্রিয় থাকে, উদ্যমী এবং উদ্ভাবনী শক্তিতে বলীয়ান হয়, তখন কোনো প্রতিবন্ধকতাই তাদের অগ্রযাত্রাকে থামিয়ে রাখতে পারে না। আমাদের তরুণদের উদ্ভাবনী শক্তি আজ কেবল শিক্ষাক্ষেত্রেই সীমাবদ্ধ নেই। তরুণরা স্বাস্থ্যসেবা, পরিবেশ সুরক্ষা, দারিদ্র্য বিমোচন এবং সামাজিক ন্যায় বিচার প্রতিষ্ঠায়ও অগ্রণী ভূমিকা পালন করছে। এই তরুণরাই ২৪-এর গণ-অভ্যুত্থানের নেতৃত্ব দিয়েছে। তরুণরাই যুগে যুগে দেশের ইতিহাস রচনা করেছে। আমরা চাই আমাদের তরুণরা কেবল স্বেচ্ছাসেবক হিসেবেই থেমে থাকবে না, সমাজের নীতি নির্ধারক, উদ্ভাবক এবং পরিবর্তনের স্থপতি হিসেবে নিজেদের তুলে ধরবে। এটি তখনই সম্ভব হবে যখন তারা আত্মবিশ্বাসের সাথে নিজেদের গড়ে তুলতে পারবে, প্রয়োজনীয় দক্ষতা অর্জন করবে, নেতৃত্বের গুণাবলী বিকাশে মনোযোগী হবে। আজকের এই পুরস্কার কেবল একটি স্বীকৃতি নয়, এটি তোমাদের জন্য একটা উদাত্ত আহ্বানও। তোমরা আরও সাহসী হও, আরও নেতৃত্ব দাও এবং সমাজের কল্যাণে নতুন ধারণা ও উদ্ভাবন নিয়ে কাজ করো। সমাজের প্রতিটি ক্ষেত্রে তোমাদের সক্রিয় অংশগ্রহণ অনেক ইতিবাচক পরিবর্তন আনতে পারে। স্বেচ্ছাসেবা বা যে কোনো মহৎ উদ্যোগের পথ মসৃণ নয়। সময়, অর্থ এবং মানসিক চাপে বহুবিধ চ্যালেঞ্জ সৃষ্টি করে। এর মধ্যে দিয়েই আমাদের ধৈর্য, সহনশীলতা ও নেতৃত্বের মতো মহৎ গুণাবলী অর্জন করে নিতে হবে। আমি যুব সমাজের প্রত্যেক সদস্যকে আহ্বান জানাই, তোমাদের মেধা, শক্তি ও সৃজনশীলতা দিয়ে সমাজের এবং দেশের উন্নয়নে ভূমিকা রাখো। তোমাদের সাফল্য কেবল ব্যক্তিগত অর্জনে সীমাবদ্ধ না রেখে অন্যদের জন্য অনুকরণীয় দৃষ্টান্ত করো। আমি বিশ্বাস করি তরুণরা সক্রিয় থাকলে দেশের কোনো সমস্যায় আর অমীমাংসিত থাকতে পারে না। আমরা তোমাদের নতুন নীতি, যুগান্তকারী ধারণা এবং সামাজিক পরিবর্তনের অগ্রদূত হিসেবে দেখতে চাই। তোমাদের সম্মিলিত প্রয়াসেই বাংলাদেশ একটি উন্নত, মানবিক এবং উদ্ভাবনী রাষ্ট্র হিসেবে বিশ্বে মাথা উঁচু করে দাঁড়াতে পারবে।
Youth and Sports Advisor Asif Mahmood Shaji Bhuiya presided over the function while Secretary of the Ministry Mohammad Mahbubul Alam and award winner Suraya Farhana Rishma spoke at the event. Earlier, a video featuring the Youth Volunteer Award 2025 recipients was screened at the event. Testimonies in the case against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 2 others accused of crimes against humanity during the July-August mass uprising continued for the 15th day today. The hearing began at the morning in International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by its chairman Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtuja Mojumdar. 2 other members of the tribunal are Justice Saif Shafiul Alam Mahmood and Justice Muhitul Haq Inam Chaudhry. The other accused in the case are former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun. Today, Daily Amardesh editor Dr. Muhammadur Rahman has given deposition before the tribunal as the 46th witness. In his deposition, Muhammadur Rahman alleged that the fascist regime of Sheikh Hasina under foreign influence was involved in the BTR mutiny, interference in the judiciary and the killings in Motichil, among other incidents. While briefing journalists, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam expressed hope that testimonies from just 2 to 3 more witnesses would conclude the evidentiary phase of the case. Meanwhile, testimony in the case of the burning of 6 bodies in Savars, Australia during the July-August mass uprising began today. The proceedings started at International Crimes Tribunal 2, headed by Chairman Justice Muhammad Nuzrul Islam Chaudhry, with Justice Muhammad Mojrul Boshid and Justice Nur Muhammad Shahriar Khobor as members. On the first day of the hearings, Rizwanul Islam, brother of martyr Abu, appeared before the tribunal as the first witness. Testimonies from 2 more witnesses are expected later today. Earlier in the morning, former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, along with 8 accused in the Australia case, were produced before the tribunal. UK-based newspaper Financial Times has released a documentary alleging that during the 1.5 decades of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's rule, about $234 billion was looted from Bangladesh and laundered overseas. The report raises key questions. How was such a vast sum transferred out of the country, and whether it will ever be possible to recover the money? According to the documentary, the Awami League, during its 16 years in power, systematically tightened control over several banks, enabling large-scale financial irregularities and illicit transfers abroad. It alleged that much of the stolen wealth was laundered abroad through over and under invoicing of trade, informal transfer systems such as Henry and Hawla, and property deals in Britain. London in particular emerged as favoured destination, with money reputedly laundered into high-end real estate. The documentary names several figures connected to the Hasina regime. They include Tulip Siddiq, Hasina's niece and until recently a Labour MP in the UK. Former Land Minister Saifuzzaman Chaudhry and S. Alam Group Chairman Muhammad Saiful Islam Alam were also cited for their alleged roles in moving wealth abroad. PNP's chairperson, advisor Zainul Abidin Farooq, said PNP is uncompromising in protecting the country's independence and sovereignty. Democracy will be established through elections by thwarting all conspiracies of the hegemonists and their allies. He said this at a protest rally at National Press Club in the capital today. PNP Vice President Badul Sarkar presided over, among others. PNP chairperson's advisor Harnur Rashid also addressed on the occasion. The speakers demanded that All the allies from administration of fascist Hasina who were involved in the previous elections and international activities must be brought under justice as soon as possible. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami has announced a 3-day program with 5-point demands, including elections through PR method. Jamaat-e-Islami's Naibi Amir Dr. Said Abdullah Mahmood Tahir announced the program at a press conference today. The program includes protest marches in Dhaka on September 18, in divisional cities on September 19, and at the district and upazila levels on September 26. The number of dengue cases in Chattogram is higher than last year. Deaths have also increased. Chikungunya has also spread much. The concerned official said if the monsoon is prolonged further, the dengue outbreak is unlikely to decrease. This year, the highest number of dengue cases were reported in Chattogram in August-September. Among them, the number of cases in August was 705, while the number till 13th of September has been 377. Last year, at the same time, 7 people died in July, 6 in August and 2 in September. However, from the beginning of this year to June, 2 people died of dengue. Doctors said the death rate due to the dengue is high in Bangladesh due to delayed treatment. The number of dengue cases in Upazilas is also not less. The total number of cases in Chattogram district till 13th of September this year is 1,957 patients. Of them, the number of patients in Upazila is 908, 339 patients in Sitakundo and 160 in Bashkhali. Doctors say mosquitoes have changed strategy to survive in the changing environment. Even male mosquitoes are spreading mosquito-borne diseases. For the same reason, children are also more vulnerable to dengue. In the last 24 hours, 36 patients have been infected with dengue in Chattogram. However, to reduce the outbreak of dengue, experts have advised to take treatment within 3 days of fever and to keep the environment clean by following health rules to prevent the spread of mosquitoes. Now, international news. Foreign dignitaries from across the Arab and Muslim world have gathered in Doha, and observers are expecting them to deliver a decisive response to Israel after its attack on Qatar. The emergency summit of the Arab League and Organizations of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) opens on Monday, a day after foreign ministers from the participating states met behind closed doors in Doha to hammer out a draft resolution proposing concrete measures against Israel. Fury has swept across the region since Israel strikes on Tuesday, which killed 5 Hamas members and a Qatari security officer, missing a Hamas negotiation team that was meeting in Doha to weigh a United States proposal to end Israel's genocidal 2-year war in Gaza. At the session on Sunday, Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani slammed Israel's attack, noting that he had regional support for taking measures to protect Qatar's sovereignty. Pakistani Foreign Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar underlined the importance of the summit reaching a clear roadmap to deal with this situation, telling Al Jazeera's Osama bin Javed that the world's Muslims would be all eyeing this summit, waiting to see what comes out of it. 2 days after the Israeli attack on Doha, Pakistani Defense Minister Muhammad Asif warned that firm action was required in response to Israel and no country should think it would remain untouched by the Gaza war. For his part, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian called on Muslim nations to sever ties with Israel. On Monday, 3 newly appointed ministers took their oath to office outside the ruins of the presidential office building. President Ramachandra Paudel administered the oath in the presence of Prime Minister Sushila Kirki. The unusual location came after earlier unrest during the Gen Z movement, which had damaged the Shital Niwas residence, leaving it unsuitable for office ceremonies. Last Friday, Prime Minister Kirki had taken her own oath inside the presidential residence due to safety concerns. This time, organizers set up arrangements outside the old, ruined office, including temporary shelters near to conduct and ministerial oaths performed. A range of government officials and heads of diplomatic missions were also present to witness the ceremony. The three ministers who took their oaths today are Rameshwar Prasad Kanal as Finance Minister, Kulman Geshing as Minister of Energy, Physical Planning and Urban Development, and Om Prakash Aryal as Minister of Home and Law. Geshing has been assigned 3 portfolios while Aryal will manage 2 ministries. Israeli forces have killed 53 Palestinians across the Gaza Strip and leveled 16 buildings in Gaza City, including 3 residential towers, as they ramp up an offensive to seize the northern urban center and displace its population. At least 35 of the victims on Sunday were killed in Gaza City, according to medics. 2 more Palestinians also died on malnutrition in the Strip, according to its Ministry of Health, taking the death toll from hunger to 422 since the beginning of the Israeli attack. In Gaza City, the Israeli military marked Al-Khobor tower in the southern Fremel neighborhood as a target before launching missile strike that destroyed the building 2 hours later. The relentless bombardment has forced tens of thousands to flee. The government media office in Gaza condemned Israel's systematic bombing of civilian buildings, saying the aim of the offensive was extermination and forced displacement. The head of the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, Philippe Lazzarini, said in a post on X that 10 of the agency's buildings have been hit in Gaza City in the past 4 days alone. Meanwhile, Arab and Islamic states have condemned Israel's barbaric attack on Qatar and will support Doha in the measures it will take to safeguard the sovereignty, says Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Al Jassim Al Thani.